Hello, my name is Bunny, and I'd like to share with you a miracle that happened in our family a couple of years ago. It involves our son-in-law. He was in an awful lot of pain at the beginning of 2018, and he was told after several GP's visits and a scan at the hospital that he had a mass which possibly could be cancer. So as you can imagine, we were absolutely distraught as a family that this young man in his 40s should have such an awful thing. But of course, in all of these things, we are then driven to prayer. So we prayed both with them, my daughter and son-in-law, and as a family, that we would know God's healing in this situation. One day, our daughter has a daily routine, went to the woods with her dog Dylan for his daily walk. Very unusually, there were no people in the car park, no people in the woods, which was very, very odd because there are usually lots of dog walkers about. So she proceeded on her walk, and as she was going along, she saw this young girl with what appeared to be a white coat. She was seeing this young girl from the back, and the young girl was juggling what looked like balls in the air, and she thought, this is very weird. She couldn't work it out at all what was going on. She called her dog to her because he would have gone after the balls had one got dropped. But as she got nearer and nearer to this young lady, she wanted to look into this young lady's face, she just felt that as soon as she tried to do that, the young lady would disappear, which is actually precisely what happened. As she tried to look into this young lady's face who was juggling the balls in her distress, she just disappeared. So her daughter again called out to God and asked him, what does this mean? And she felt he said to her two things. I'm not going to drop the ball on this cancer, and cancer cannot look you in the face. So she came home, and we continued to pray into the situation, believing that God would and could perform a miracle. So after this, we continued to pray and believing that Andy would be healed. He was now on a low dose of liquid morphine, but still in pain. However, after that visitation by God, he noticed that every day the pain became less, which was absolutely amazing. And every day he was feeling better. And when he had to go back for his final visit to the hospital in June of that year, the consultant showed him the latest scan, which showed that there was absolutely no mass there at all, which was a real puzzle, as you can imagine, to the doctors and the nurses who had been looking after Andy. But we know and believe that we have a miracle working God as we ask in Jesus' name for Andy's healing. So God answered.